The antidote from Eden to exile to restoration. Peace, family. This is Augustus, and today I'm walking you through the full antidote pattern. From Eden to exile to restoration, all the way to the return of the tree of life. This is Genesis 2 and 3, Jubilees 10, Jeremiah 29, and Revelation 22, tied together in one chain. This is the pattern God established, the pattern man lost, the pattern God reintroduced, and the pattern God restores in the kingdom. The original economy, Genesis 2, 7 through 9. In Genesis 2, God forms man from the dust of the ground. God breathes life into him. And then God places man inside a garden that God himself planted. Man didn't plant it. Man didn't design it. Man didn't create it. God planned a system where everything pleasant to the sight and good for food grew by divine intervention. The tree of life was there. The tree of knowledge was there. Provision was effortless. Increase was natural. Wisdom was accessible. Protection was built in. This is God's economy. This is the original pattern. This is Eden. The blockage, Genesis 3, 22 through 24. But in Genesis 3, after the fall, something major happens. God says, man has become as one of us, knowing good and evil. And then God blocks the way to the tree of life. Cherubim are placed at the east of the garden. A flaming sword turns every way, and man is removed from the place of divine planning. The tree of life economy is closed. The effortless provision is closed. The original pattern is closed. Man is now outside the garden, outside the divine system, outside the economy God designed. The intervention, Jubilees 10. But God doesn't leave humanity without help. In Jubilees 10, Noah cries out because the spirits are destroying his children. And God sends the angel to teach Noah the antidote, herbs. the medicines, the protections, the wisdom to restrain the spirits. God allows Mastema to keep only a fraction of the spirits. And God restores order and protection. Jubilees 10 is the bridge between the fall and the restoration. It is a spiritual reset that makes healing possible. It is the intervention that prepares the way for the antidote. The antidote, Jeremiah 29. Then we reach Jeremiah 29, the antidote pattern, reintroduced inside captivity. God tells the people, build houses, plant gardens, eat the fruit, multiply, seek peace. For I know the thoughts I think toward you, thoughts of peace and not evil, to give you an expected end. This is Eden reintroduced in exile. This is the garden pattern restored in Babylon. This is God saying, even outside Eden, I will give you Eden's economy. Jeremiah 29 is the antidote to the Genesis 3 blockage. It is the restoration of the Genesis 2 pattern. It is the reappearance of divine planning in a foreign land. The full restoration, Revelation 22, 2 through 3. And finally, Revelation 22 brings the pattern full circle. The tree of life reappears. It bears 12 fruits, one for each month. The leaves are for the healing of the nations. And the scripture says, there shall be no more curse. The curse introduced in Genesis 3 is removed. The tree of life blocked in Genesis 3 is restored. The garden pattern lost in Eden is reestablished in the kingdom. Revelation 22 is the completion of the antidote. It is the permanent restoration of God's economy. It is Eden returned. The chain, Genesis 2, the pattern. Genesis 3, the blockage. Jubilees 10, the intervention. Jeremiah 29, the antidote. Revelation 22, the restoration. This is the full arc of the tree of life teaching. This is the antidote pattern. This is God's economy from beginning to end. Family, walk in this pattern. Recognize the antidote. And understand that the restoration is already in motion. Peace and blessings.